Hello. All right. So we are going to be looking at Google Docs right now. And we're going to be looking at not only how to find a Google Doc, but how to open a Google Doc, how to make a copy of a Google Doc, and then finally how to share out that Google Doc. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to be able to find and then open up the document we want to be working on. So I am in Google. And the best way I personally always get to my Google documents is by using my Google applications. So always make sure that you are logged in to your school address, and that's going to make sure that you're opening up your regular work docs, not your personal Google Docs. So as long as I'm logged in, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Google app button. It's going to open up all the different applications, and Google Docs is what I currently want to be working on right now. So I'll give it a moment to upload. Okay, once it does open up, it has a few different things that I want you to be aware of. First of all, you can change who owns the document you're searching for. So if you're maybe working with other individuals collaborating on a document, it might be owned by somebody else. So owned by anybody is always a great option because you're not limited on who it is that created it to find the different documents you have worked with. If it's just something you personally have created on your own, this will limit, which again is going to help you to streamline to find something you might be needing. Or if you know you personally did not open it, you did not start it, it's not created by you, then that is another way to streamline to find the document you want to work on. So in this case, it was owned by me. And up here we have a search bar. You could type in any keywords that might have to do with that document. It's another way to quickly find what you're looking for. And also right here, we have these little icons. This one's a pretty great one. I currently have it as card view or grid view. But if you change it, so it has a little box on it, grid view. If it looks like this, it's going to be just the document with the grid, the list view. So it's going to tell you the name. It's going to tell you if it's shared out. It's going to tell you who owns it, when it was last opened. These are great for me. I'm very visual, so I like to have it as a grid view. So I keep it as this so I can see the actual physical document. Now, if I wanted to search for the word itself, I'm going to just type it in, and that's going to, again, streamline and narrow down my choices to help me find the particular document I wanted to open. So here is my document. Let me go ahead and open it up. Okay, so here's my doc, and I know that I have a little bit more to do on it. Once I'm done and I'm ready to share it out, I'm going to first, if I want to share it out, going over here to where it has the share button. If you click on the share button, give it a moment. Okay, so it's going to give you a few different options. So first of all, if you can just add who it is you would like to work with. So if you know the person in particular that you are wanting to work with, you could start typing it out and it will come up with different names of people that are in our network. If you aren't sure of who it is, sorry, it closed down on me. If you aren't sure, then you can send them a link to be working on it with you. So right here is the link. So if you don't know the name or for some reason it's not showing up, just as a reminder, students are going to be their graduation year, last name, first name at IUSD. And then teachers are going to be first name, last name at IUSD.org. But if you're not sure of the email, you could just simply come down to where it says get link. If yours does not have Irvine School District as the option, I do recommend you change that out. This way we have safety and security that only those that are logged into their school account have access to these documents. So I always make sure anyone in this group can view only if they're Irvine Unified. Now, if you click on this, you can change that out. So restricted would be to just particular people that you are choosing to have, or anyone with the link means it's open to the public if they have access to this link. That's always a great option if parents need to have access to see what it is that's being looked at. If a parent has access to it, they could be logged into their own personal accounts and they can see the document. If it is changed with just IUSD, then only the student teachers have access to see this document. Okay, so then right here where it says viewer, this is great. This is where you can change out the accessibility, what this person has access to do on the document. So viewing, obviously all they would be able to do is view the document. They're not able to make any changes. They're not able to do anything to it except view it, make a copy of their own. Commenter allows them to make notes on the side with the comment sections, but they wouldn't be able to change the actual document. And then editor has full rights to be able to change out document information. Okay. Let me go ahead. Once you've changed out to what you want it to do, you could stop there. You can also click on link settings, which just means that you can have a few more opportunities. It never hurts to look and see what the settings will be. So in this case, it's people can search for this actual file in their Google Documents. Otherwise, it wouldn't show up necessarily unless they made a copy of it. So I'm going to go ahead and say done. So now that it's done, go back into share. If you didn't copy the link, you just simply click copy link. It's going to now copy and you can see what anyone can do with that link. So Irvine District can find and can edit. If you're like, oops, no, they're only allowed to view it, just change it. It will immediately change the link, even if you sent the link out. Okay, so that's one great feature. So now, let me copy this link. Now you have access to send this link or post it wherever it is it needs to be posted. Let me say done. The next thing I wanted to show you was how to make a copy of a Google document. So if I go up to File and I go to Make a Copy, right here where it has name, you're able to change this out to be anything you want it to be. Typically, it always comes up with copy of whatever the document is. You could delete copy of if you wanted to, but I normally keep copy of depending on where I'm sending this. So if I'm sending this for students, maybe they didn't have access or they couldn't get into the doc for whatever reason, I leave the word copy of. This just reminds me or reminds a student, this is a copy. It is not the actual document, master document. A lot of times I also will put initials. So if I'm working with a particular student, then I might just put their initials. That way, maybe I need to check back and see how they're doing. And I can kind of, if I'm shared by copying this document, then they work directly on the document. I'm able to see what is going on and any changes that they're making. Kind of a little backwards way of doing it, like how Google Classroom does it. But if they do make a copy of the copy, you no longer have access to it. So if you wanted it to be something that's collaborative or you want it to be able to have access to it, then you would just send them this document and say, please work directly on this document. Just make sure the settings are available for them to edit. Then you say, okay. And what will happen is it will open up a second document of a copy of your document. So you'll notice I have two tabs. So the first tab is my master tab. The second one is the copy that I just made. So I could send this out just like I showed you guys before with the share. I can send out this link so my students or my parents or my colleagues will be able to work on it, but it would not affect my master copy that I made for myself. So hopefully this helped you understand how to find your documents, how to open your documents, how to make a copy, and how to share a Google Doc. All right, that's all for now.